Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Super Mario Galaxy, Part 25. Part 25. Fellas, in the last episode, we did the... Oh, no. We did the Hungry Luma Star that we had to do left for the Engine Dome, and then we moved on to starting on the Garden Dome, the last dome in the game. And, wow. Starting off first and foremost, we have a Daredevil comment, which I presume, yep, we have to do the Kamek fight in a no-hit fashion, which I think is doable. It may take a try or two, but I don't think it should be too bad. Fellas, hope we're all... Why can't I talk right now? I was able to talk pretty fine in the last episode. This episode, I'm just kind of fumbling the bag a little on that. But fellas, hope you all are doing well. I know that I kind of spent the last episode finally taking a break from talking about anything Nintendo Switch 2 related. But I have something that I want to mention. That's right. This episode, I think, has some stuff that I want to mention related to the Switch 2. And it is specifically in regards to me realizing something about Mario Kart World that is honestly making me ungodly amounts of hyped for the game, which is that it is really I don't want to say it's like restoring in a sense, but it is really giving me a strong sense of that feeling of childhood wonder and imagination that exists. To kind of give a point of reference as to what I mean, I think that the best way to sort of describe what I'm talking about is that, you know, there's always this sort of feeling that some people can describe where as kids, you kind of have a much bigger imagination because the world is a lot grander in scale to you, and, you know, there's a lot more new things that you're kind of being introduced to. No! Oh, man, this one's going to be difficult. I mean, I was right there. It was literally, I just needed to get one hit, so I don't think it'll be that bad. I just got to watch the fireballs, right? But, you know, I think as a kid, there is always this kind of proven thing that you have a much bigger sense of, you have a much grander scale of wonder and imagination to you because the world is so much newer to you, right? And I think as you get older, as you get more life experience, your sense of that kind of stuff kind of loses its touch a little because you already are kind of exposed to the realities of the world and whatnot, and the reality is of, like, just, I guess, imagination and whatnot, and it's definitely a bit harder to get that same sense of, like, wonder out of stuff. But a lot of the ways that I felt like I could get that feeling out as a kid, and I think this applied to a lot of other kids as well who were born around my time period, is video games. I mean, video games genuinely bring such a large sense of... Can you? No, you can't. You know, I feel as if what has always been very cool to me is that video games have always been very good for, I guess, enabling that sense of wonder and imagination, right? And I really, really love that. I really, really loved that part of being a kid, but undeniably, for me, when I was, you know, growing up and aging and whatnot, oh my god, wait. That's not... Oh! It's like I saw that it was orange from when she was winding it up, and... Oh, no, dude. That's bad. Oh, that just... Oh, that stung. That's okay. We'll be alright. But, yeah, I always kind of felt like, as I was growing up, you know, it was a little more difficult to look at a much more grandiose game and kind of, you know, look at it with that same sense of wonder and like, oh my god, the scope of this game is huge. Like, imagine if I myself could just wander through this world in this game, which, you know, I feel like the games that are being made now, especially in Nintendo Sphere, I swear to... Hello? Is my... Okay, I don't know why, but my shake input using X just, like, gave up 2 times there. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that really worries me. But nonetheless, I really do feel like, for me, you know, a lot of the effects of this being unfortunately something that was happening for me as I was growing up became very apparent with the release of Mario Odyssey, because Mario Odyssey as a game in scope is just huge. There's just so much to that game at large, and for a Mario world where it is very much like, I mean, it's kind of hard to look at Mario Odyssey and call it a open world game, because I think out of all technicality, it's really not, right? But it is, oh my god, can you stop? Go! Okay, there we go. That only took several tries, but we eventually got there. It didn't actually eat up too much time despite the fact that we died twice, but that is okay. But yeah, like I would sit there in the wee year of 2017 playing Mario Odyssey, and well, I think I was kind of shocked to look at, you know, the game and kind of experience this sense of, I guess, open-ended, you know, it's like an open-ended nature to the game that you can't really get out of traditional. Is there still something to do? God, I say, I don't hate Deep Dark Galaxy, but this galaxy is eating up a little bit of time. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll live. Guppy in the Underground, like, oh, I think I know which one this is. I don't think this one's that bad. Yeah. So, I don't know. Oh, he makes you race through rings, doesn't he? I think that's what he has you do here. I think? Yes. I don't really know for sure. I don't know why they place a bed here. I actually have never understood this. Is it supposed to be a bed? I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't even know what it's doing here. I mean, it's probably something the Toads would You are not all that in a bag of potato chips, bro. Okay, cool. I thought I heard something. But yeah, I don't know. So to me, playing Mario Odyssey, it was a very magical game for me, and I very much still think it is an incredible game. Probably even more so now, with some stuff that I'm going to mention here in a minute. But how do I word this? Mario Kart World, to me, when I look at Mario Kart World, I feel like it has restored a lot of my faith in being able to have an imagination and being able to have like an imaginative way that I can play it that makes it feel truly unique from the initial like given experience that is shown to you. Why just can't I not? There we go. We got there eventually. But it weirdly feels like it is a game that is reviving that sense of imaginative wonder that I haven't really been able to experience much. And a lot of the reason that I mention this is I think because of the very, very character-filled open-world exploration thing of it, which is weird to say, right? Because it's like with Odyssey, well, why didn't I get that feeling with Odyssey? I think it's just because at the time with that game, you know, I never really thought much of the concept of like, oh, you know, I never really thought much of the concept of, oh, you know, I'm losing that sense of wonder as a kid. I thought it was more just being chalked down to a lack of enjoyment in video games at the time, which I really don't think was the case. I mean, I probably did have that sense of like, you know, I'm in school, I'm probably experiencing the stresses of growing up and whatnot, and, you know, naturally that can just be a little rough. Wait, you can halt the Koopa shell with ZL? I did not know this. What? This was probably 100% a thing in Galaxy originally, but I didn't know this. Well, no wonder I felt like I was like catching up to the dude way too quick. Hey, can you like come back? Thank you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh no. Okay, I got there. That's fine. That's fine. That could have been bad. Plain and simple, that just could have been bad, and it didn't end up being that bad, thankfully. But Mario Kart World, in a weird way, has like revived that sense of imagination of how I'd want to play the game, right? And the reason I say that is because I don't know what it was, man. I think I was watching, I don't know if it was I was rewatching some of the Nintendo Treehouse footage maybe yesterday, or if it was like cam footage that someone had done of their experience with Mario Kart World at the Nintendo Switch 2 Experience event, right? I don't really know which one it was, all things considered, but what I do remember wholeheartedly, by the way, I think think I want to do this galaxy first, if this is what I think it is. Yeah, I want to do Melty Molten first, because I like this galaxy more. So we're going to start on that one. This is, as a contrast to Deep Dark, where, like I said, I think I like Deep Dark Galaxy, but it's just not my favorite. Melty Molten. This is one of the most fire. This is probably my favorite galaxy in this dome. It's just so fire, bro. It's so fire, and I love it to death. But, you know, Melty Molten Galaxy, or not Melty Molten Galaxy, I think the reason Mario Kart World is really bringing back that sense of imagination for me has a lot to do with, I remember when I was watching the footage, whether that was Nintendo Treehouse stuff or Nintendo Switch 2 Experience footage, the first thing I could think to myself half the time when I watched the gameplay was like, you know, this is one interconnected world. And I think maybe I briefly alluded to the idea of me even thinking about this concept during some past videos I've done, maybe while we were doing like Toy Time Galaxy, talking about, you know, versus mode and whether they will let you... Oh, no! Whether they will let you kind of start from one track and choose any track you want, or if it's just going to be tracks that are surrounding the one you chose, right? I obviously said for the record that I think both scenarios are fine with me. I don't really have an issue with either scenario. But, okay, this is a big but, something that I kind of realized in this, I feel like will make me be able to extra appreciate. By the way, this is about to be a fire shot. Boom! That's so cool, dude. Oh, and I'm getting the star bits easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's crazy that they make you do that, by the way. Also, there does seem like there's gonna be a secret right there. Look at that view, bro. In the year of like 2000, I think this game was a 2007 game. That had to be crazy looking, genuinely. I mean, I remember seeing that as a kid and thinking that was crazy. So, I don't know. Ooh. Well. It just kept pulling me down, and I was getting stun locked. All right, man. That's, like, so funny. That actually looked so funny, dude. I can't do this. All right, cool. But the first thing I was thinking to myself the moment that I saw all these little tidbits of, like, oh, I gotta have patience, man. That's not what I was thinking, for the record. No! No, dude. That sucks. Oh my god, I'm getting skill checked so hard, and it's so funny. But the first thing I was thinking to myself was like, hold on, if you can do tracks that are even close to you, right? And obviously that might be the only way you can do things, but even if you can choose any track, inevitably that does mean you can choose tracks close to it. I had this, I don't know what sparked this. I wasn't intentionally trying to do this. I had this weird idea of like, oh man, what if I made a thing, like a little notepad thing where for every character, I just made my own little layout that like maybe I play as a character and I make a thematical set of versus mode tracks that play like a Grand Prix and just do that sort of thing. And, you know, I utilize the interlude tracks and whatnot. And I remember thinking about that, like, kind of I don't want to say it was subconscious, because I don't think that's really the right word for it, but I was just thinking about the concept of doing that, and I'm like, oh my god, wait a minute. Like, I haven't been able to have that sense of imagination for a game in ages. I genuinely do not know what it is about this game, guys. I think, obviously, I have spent so many of the episodes of this series raving about this game, which is very funny that I'm not even talking about the game that I love oh so dearly, that being Mario Galaxy. But listen, this is not the first Let's Play to be something where I'm just like rambling about a bunch, right? This is not a new concept for me. So if you've watched past Let's Plays of mine and, you know, are somehow surprised by this, I don't think you should be, right? I don't think you should be surprised. But yeah, so I remember thinking about that, and then I literally feel like I had a light bulb thing in my head where I was just like, oh my god, like, I feel like I can have these imaginative experiences where, like, yeah, even though there's not, like, this cool concept that would theoretically be impossible of, like, you know, having all these massive amounts of Grand Prix routes based off of characters, I could make that happen, right? You could make that happen with doing the routes and the in-between tracks, and this blew my mind for some reason, because obviously this is such a basic concept of something that could exist, right? But I really do think as I've grown older, it's been harder to sort of make sort of fun little challenges like that for myself. I think it's simply just because in my mind, you know, I haven't thought to do something like that. And now it weirdly, like today, for point of reference, right? A little bit of point of reference. I have been, how do I word it? I've been doing a lot of stuff in regards to replaying Mario Odyssey the last day or so. I say day or so, bro. I literally started on it yesterday, but I've been replaying Odyssey as of yesterday. And while I've been playing it awfully normally, man, you know, there's parts of me that are like, man, what if I made up these fun little routes or whatever, or fun little challenges for myself? And, you know, I think there are obviously, no matter what, there's going to be some games where it's going to be easier to do that sort of system than others. But I really do think at the end of the day that, like, genuinely, dude, I genuinely do believe that, you know, I think that Mario Kart World specifically, especially, is like a game that there's going to be so many fun, imaginative possibilities for how we can play it. And I haven't had that sense of feeling like I want to discover something like that for such a long time. And I just think that's extremely cool for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't know. I digress. Anyways, fellas, that's going to do it for this episode of Super Mario Galaxy. I realize we're kind of close-ish to the 20-minute mark, so I'm probably going to cut the episode here. Little bit shorter episode, but we started on my favorite galaxy in the Garden Dome. I'm happy. I can die happy. There's, I think, a 1-star galaxy in this dome that is also a very, very fun galaxy. I don't remember the name of it, but if it's what I'm thinking, I think it's like Matter Splatter Galaxy or something. Watch me be correct about that. I'm predicting I'll be correct about that, but only time will tell. I'm very excited for when we do that galaxy. Of course, like I said, it's just a 1-star galaxy, but nonetheless, it'll still be a fun time. But yeah, anyways, that's going to do it for this episode of Super Mario Galaxy. Fellas, if you enjoyed this video, maybe like, comment, subscribe. I don't know, it's your life. Do what you want. I don't really care. And I will see you fellas in the next video. Bye-bye, guys!